What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the next episode of Deus Ex. Here we are, in a prison cell. We are at the Majestic 12 prison facility, which is hidden beneath UNATCO HQ on Liberty Island. So this is going to be our prison break.
What have you done with Paul?
So we just got to get out of the prison and then escape the UNATCO base from there. So this is mostly relatively simple, but there's a few things you could do to add challenge to it. Like, first of all, the secondary objective of getting your equipment back, because you may notice, looking at the hotkey slots, our equipment is gone. But thankfully, we can get it back. There's also a guy in a different cell over here that you can help escape, but we're not going through that effort. That's way too hard. You basically have to take out everybody in order for him to make the escape. First things first, let the guard move, and then this drawer right here has a multi-tool, so take it. We're going to need that guard to come back, and then we can start moving forward. All of our equipment is in an armory, which is just past a robot maintenance facility. We're going to do that first, and then we're going to have to go find Paul, because what just happened is that some kind of weird rogue AI called Daedalus has just contacted us via our infolink. Watch that camera very closely and then run under it, and once it's panning away, you can move. Make sure you go behind this column to get a lockpick. We absolutely need this lockpick. Anyways, so Daedalus cut the power to let us get out of our cell, and now we have to escape. But before we escape, we have to go to Paul, he's being held in one of the labs, so we have to go to him, and we have to get, I forgot what it was, but we have to get something from him so that his kill switch can be, or basically that he needs to collect something from us and Paul so that Tracer Tong can bypass our kill switches once we get to Hong Kong. Once you're here, we're just going to very carefully trail behind this guard. Don't worry about the guard patrolling the upper level. He should not be a problem. And you don't have to worry about that civilian maintenance worker. One thing about the stealth mechanics in this game is that civilians, regardless of whether they're mechanics or just bystanders or whatever, if you're clearly in a restricted area trying to sneak around people, civilians do not react to you at all. You can even talk to them if you want to. Carefully get here to hide from that security bot. And now, we're about to reach the armory for our equipment, and for the most part we're getting everything back except for the GEP gun. You know, the rocket launcher that Paul gave us at the very beginning. We're not going to take that back. We no longer have a use for it from this point forward. The main purpose of it was to do that, that deliberate suicide that got us into this prison, you know, completely bypassing the Battery Park segment with Anna and Gunther. We also used it to blow that rebel at the subway station, but its use is now gone. Its usage is now gone. Whenever we need explosives, we're going to be using lambs, and we're going to be setting up lambs and shooting them with the stealth pistol from this moment onward. That's the stealthy way to blow stuff up, by the way, because NPCs don't really react to that, as opposed to using a GEP gun or a rocket launcher, where they do. Anyways, once you reach this ladder, you need to climb up. That lockpick we took, we need that so that we can unlock this little access panel, because we need to turn that valve to deactivate the steam on this pipe so that it doesn't hurt us. Because we need to get here to this vent. And this will be our discreet way of accessing the armory. Yep, right over here. And then we'll drop down right here. There's some stuff you can take here, including a prod. And then there's going to be a range modification, the purple one. You can go ahead and take that too. And then before we go downstairs, let's get on this security panel, hack it. We can use this. There are actually 2 security bots circling the armory. We can use this panel to deactivate both of them. And more importantly, we need to turn off the security camera that's downstairs. As soon as you start sneaking downstairs, the guard down here is going to start moving, and we're just going to move around him. He will, just be careful, he almost saw us there. He will, leave the room eventually. And we're going to take that opportunity to get all our stuff back. I just recollected the mini crossbow off one of the shelves. There's our med kits, all our lockpicks. That's the prod, but we've already gotten a new one. And we're not going to get the baton back because we've already gotten a new one of those also. Some of this equipment you're going to need to jump on crates in order to reach, just because the high shelf is too high up. So basically, you're gonna recollect everything except the baton, since we've already gotten a new one. And I'm also not recollecting the prod because I got a new one of those just upstairs. But if you didn't take that prod, then you do want to take back the old one. And now I'm just reorganizing the hotkey items the way I like to have them. It's also very important you get that thermoptic camo back, because in just a few minutes we're actually going to be using it. You may notice that our med kits and biocells and the range mod we took upstairs, I'm going to fuse it with the crossbow. So let's head on out. All you got to worry about now is the guards, so just avoid them, and let's backtrack. You'll notice that the medkits and the biocells is still the exact quantity that we've collected in the game thus far. But for some reason, the lambs and the EMP grenades are reset to 1. No matter how many you get, it always does that, and I don't know why. So now we're going to carefully tail this guard again to get through the area again, taking that multi-tool along the way, and then I think it's... Oh, there's another multi-tool right there. And then in the next area is a crate with a biocell. Do not use this robot. You won't have time to hide before he spots you, as you can see. So here's another trick. If you have to smash a crate within close proximity of a guard who can aggro if he sees you, shoot it with the stealth pistol. That way it doesn't draw their attention. Because if you smash it with a melee weapon, that will draw their attention. Anyways, we're back here. Now it's time to move on to the nanotech labs, and we're going to use the floor vents to get over there. First thing we're going to do is get our hands on another augmentation canister, and it's going to have some choices for cranial augs. The one we're going to take is called Spy Drone, which is basically a remote-controlled drone that NPCs do not react to, that you can use for, like, reconnaissance. And you can also detonate it to cause an EMP blast, which is actually the main reason we want it, is for that EMP blast. So to get it, here's what we're going to do. Let him move, climb on up, very carefully while crouched, access this computer, hack it, and then when you get to the commands, you're going to want to hit Open Containment Field. The other one that says Greasel Control, do not touch that. Get the thermoptic camo out, put it on, and turn on Run Silent. That way you can run to the AUG canister and run back, invisible, with quiet footsteps. Once you're back, turn off your Run Silent AUG, and then go back into the vent. It won't take long for the thermoptic camo to deplete, but as long as you do that as quickly as I did, you should be totally fine. So now we'll use the vents to progress a little further. We just need to go deeper into the labs where Paul is. We will chat with him, and then I'm guessing being in close proximity with him allows Daedalus to access his systems or something, so that Tracer Tong has what he needs to bypass the kill switches in both of the Dentons. Once the coast is clear, just work your way right here. And now we're going to have to, unfortunately, wait for another guard to pass us so that we can traverse around him.
We aren't taking any chances.
You got to move close to this position so that the conversation with the guard and that woman happens, because that's what triggers him to move.
As long as I'm with you.
We're going to need him to come our way, and then we have to hide from him so that he won't see us. We can't really go now because he can see us through the windows, so we're going to have to do this the long way, unfortunately. Where we're going to hide from him is in this dark corner right here. So we just got to wait for him. And then once he's past us, we can proceed onwards. And then we're going to give ourselves a nice discreet entrance into the lab where Paul is being held. Now, if you got Paul killed back in Hell's Kitchen, i.e. you went out the back window, then you would still be doing this, but Paul would be dead in this lab room, and we wouldn't be able to talk to him. Use a lockpick to open up the grate, and we'll use this vent to sneak into the lab. But since we did that trick to keep Paul alive while still being stealthy, I guess you could say. I mean, we literally killed ourselves, but whatever. No combat was initiated, I guess. Paul is alive. We can talk to him, and he's going to give us the username and password for the UNATCO computers, which we absolutely want, so that we can log into 2 specific computers at UNATCO, so that we can get the kill phrases for both of the mechs, which is Anna Navarre and Gunther Herman, respectively. The first of which we'll be using the kill phrase for at UNATCO.
Be on the lookout for Anna.
And
She came by the
Anna Navarre, I believe I mentioned previously,
something you should know about
is the
mechs.
one and only person
kill
in the
switches
entire
too.
game
Only
that
those
has to
that
die
contain
no matter
so.
what, and there's
Guess mechs
no
have
way
to be on
around
one
it.
count.
At
kill phrase
least
code.
not without
The
using
interceptor
some
and the
kind
band
of
is stored in
cheat
2
or
pieces on 2
tricky
separate
exploit
computers
that's
with the
just
login demiurge
too
and
difficult to be
password
worth the
archived.
effort.
But I never managed to find it. Thanks for the
There
tip.
is a way to get
some
Herman
business to take care of
taken
in
out
Manhattan.
non-lethally later
you
in
in
the
Hong
game,
Kong.
and ironically it requires his kill phrase, but I'll be discussing that much later. Before we proceed, so Daedalus is going to give us the keypad code to the exit door, which is 1125, I think. But before we move on, we need to get to this medbot, and we need to install the spy drone with the canister we
He
have.
escaped?
I'd also advise you to heal yourself with the bot, but as you can see, I forgot to do that. Oh well, we're fine. Now we backtrack. And that guard we got around not too long ago, we're going to get around him again, but in a different way. I'm going to do a tricky move where a lot of NPCs in this game, if they perceive you and then they stop and stare, and then you break their line of sight to get them back to neutral, it often resets their patrol path. In the case of this guard, he's coming towards us now, but having him perceive us and then breaking line of sight is going to cause his patrol route to reset, and then he's going to go back the other way. Which is going to give us the opportunity to get back to the dark corner to hide from him, so that we can get past him way, way, way faster, as opposed to waiting for him to come back, go back, so that we can follow behind him, and then he comes back again. That takes a lot longer. So this trick speeds it up. Of course, how you get the best way to get past him is all dependent on your timing and where his positioning is. But once you're clear here, the scientists don't matter, it's just the guards. Get back into the floor, and then we can use the vents to get to the command center where the front entrance is. So, yep. We start by backtracking to the spot where we originally entered this floor area right here, and then going this way takes us to the command center. Basically what we're going to be doing here is, at the right moment when all the guards are in advantageous positions where we can run to the door without getting fully detected, we're going to make a break for the keypad so we can type that code in and get out the door before any of them fully detect us. Now, my timing was set up so that I could go right now, but if you want to be extra safe, you could wait for this guard to come this way and then go back. But what you want to do to hide from him when he comes back is to go back into the floor. What I'm about to do is wrong. I tried hiding from him over here by these monitors, but he saw me through the monitors, so it didn't work. But in this case, I think the timing was perfect right away, and waiting actually screwed it up. So just depending on positioning, just make a break for the keypad, put the code in, and quickly slip through the door. As long as you don't hear the combat music start playing and nobody is running after you, you did it correctly. This guy we're going to have to take out because he's just in the way. Get your prod equipped and do the aim above the head trick to knock him out. Remember, if they're sitting in a chair, you have to use the prod. The baton won't work. If they're in a chair, specifically. Alternatively, you could pepper spray him and then just run, but that kind of comes off as a detection to me, so I went ahead and went for the knockout.
And Anna Navarre.
But yeah, the pepper gun, I don't like using that unless I have to, because I think enemies can technically detect you as you spray them. Anyways, now we're back at UNATCO, and we're just going to have to trail behind this soldier very carefully. As you can see, the prison entrance is behind the medical bay, so we're going to go talk to Jaime first, and this is a very important dialogue choice you have to make. You have to, when you have a dialogue choice, make sure you choose the second choice of telling him to stay here to be an insider for UNATCO.
I forgot to give Manderley my resignation.
You do not want to choose the first choice of telling him to come with you, because
He's going to slip out on his own.
if I remember correctly, I think that prevents him from doing his double agent work. So make sure you choose the second dialogue option
Stay here.
of
I could use an ally inside UNATCO.
to stay here and be an insider.
Do that,
To
but be
be an
careful.
insider.
You know what they do to spies.
I will.
This is going to be very important for later in the game when we're about to confront Gunther and we're going to need his kill phrase. Jaime's going to be the person to give it to us.
Guess it'll have to be a retirement gift.
Anyways, as long as you did that right, next step, we get another AUG canister. You can go ahead and open the medical bay. Another crate in here with a med kit. Now we'll go over to the Medbot, and we're going to install another new AUG. This time we're choosing Regeneration, which is an AUG that heals us while active. Let's go see Alex. If you listen to what Paul said, he actually tells us to visit Alex. Pick up the multi-tool, and then there's some money down here, but there's nothing else down here, if I remember correctly. What we'll do, we're going to use a multi-tool. Well, first I'll talk to Alex. We're going to actually use a multi-tool to bypass that keypad to that closet because we're actually going to go in there to get stuff now. In there is a biocell and a lockpick.
I'll take care of Anna.
So, Alex is going to provide us with the key to unlock the entrance door so that we can get out of here because it's currently locked. But at this point in the game, if Agent Navarre is still alive, you have to eliminate her in order for Alex to give you the key. Anyways, let's get the multi-tool out to bypass the keypad. And then the crates will give us a biocell and a lockpick, respectively. So now, we're going to go to the first of two computers that have the kill phrases on them. But at this moment, a soldier is standing by one of them, so quickly hide yourself near the armory and let him pass. And then, thanks to Paul, we have the login for the computer. I mean, you could just hack it if you want to, but Paul gave us the login so that we're not under a time crunch to do stuff on the computer. But first, while we're here, we'll talk to Carter. He's going to open up the armory and we can just take what we want.
Join me.
And there's a few things in here that we definitely want. Aside from, like, at least one multi-tool and lockpick each, we're also going to get another range mod, and we're going to use it on the stealth pistol this time. And there's an AUG upgrade canister in here, which we're going to use to upgrade the spy drone. I should mention that we're going to need the spy drone fully upgraded to tier 4 before we reach Vandenberg. You'll see why when we get there. Yep, and a biocell as well. There's a rebreather. There's the AUG canister, or the upgrade canister, which we're going to upgrade spy drone with, as you can see. The range mod is up there. Again, these weapon mods, I don't think drastically make improvements. Aside from the scope mod, and the silencer mod, they're honestly mostly useless. Anyways, the password and the username and password is all lower cases, Demiurge and Archon. And then just hit the actions to download the first part of both Anna and Gunther's kill phrases. The second computer that has the second half of the kill phrases is the one in Manderley's office, which we're heading to now. So, a biocell in this janitorial closet. Unlock it with the key and go ahead and get it. And now we'll slip into Manderley's office, where we'll have a hollow conversation with Walton Simons. And then what we're going to do with Manderley is we're going to knock him out, because if you try to access his, every time I try to access his computer without taking him out, he'll just shoot me, so you're going to have to just knock him out. Now, in this particular instance, he conveniently was standing up, so I was able to knock him out from behind with the baton. However, if he sits back in his chair, then you're gonna have to do the same thing with the prod. Regardless, you're gonna want to knock him out, and then you're gonna want to like pick him up and toss him out of the way of the computer. Well, I guess you don't technically have to, but I do it.
We'll see about that.
Anyways, so he's standing up so we can use the baton for knockout, and if he's in the chair, use the prod instead. We'll go ahead and move him. He had a pistol and a knife on him, which I'm going to drop just so that we have inventory space. So Demiurge and Archon is going to work again. So log in, and then get these kill phrases again. Anna Navarre's is now complete. Gunther's is still incomplete, but that's not a problem because since Jaime Reyes is being an inside informant for us, he's going to give it to us later in the game. So let's deal with Anna real quick. Go up near the entrance. She's right here.
Flatlander woman.
You'll automatically use the kill phrase, and then she'll just fall down, blow up, and die. And again, as far as I know, there's no way you can possibly perform a non-lethal takedown on her. As far as I'm aware, at least. I don't even think it's possible back on Lebedev's jet or the Battery Park subway station, as far as I'm concerned. We need to go back to Alex to get the key. And no, lockpicks don't work on the front door, as far as I'm aware. Just be mindful of the soldier that's down here, because we do need to avoid him. So let's get back to the tech lab. Right over here. Talk to Alex to get the key.
You gave Anna exactly what she
And
deserved.
then from there, we just get to get to the front door and get out.
Now I'm not so worried about sticking out
A
my neck
couple
and giving
more
this-
things to
I think
do
you've
once
already
we're
stuck out your
outside,
neck,
but
Douglas.
What are you talking
we'll get to
about?
those in just a
You
minute.
haven't been contacting me under an alias?
So now that we
At first, I thought they'd executed you.
have officially escaped the clutches of
Somebody cut the
UNATCO,
power to detention.
I installed
and
UNATCO
Paul
security
will
myself.
eventually do the
It's
same,
unbeatable. You're starting to
we
scare
can go
me.
to Hong Kong
Not as
to
much as you're scaring me.
link up with Tracer Tong, and then our true journey to hunting down the conspiracy of Majestic 12 and everything that they're planning is going to truly begin. And thankfully,
Maybe you should quit UNATCO.
a lot of the people here at UNATCO are going to at some point in the game ally with us. Jaime is already going to be our insider. Alex here is eventually going to work his way to Hong Kong to work with Tracer Tong directly. As for Sam Carter, if you listen to him, he's going to try to stay at UNATCO in a desperate effort to try to fix the agency, because he said the good people staying is the only way to fix it, but without giving too much away, that will eventually end up not working, and we will see him later on. So unlock the door. Oh, don't worry about the cameras here, by the way. They're not going to react to you at all. This is tricky. To get past the guard at the security checkpoint, you want to throw the potted plant next to the door, and that should lure him away from the window so that you can run by without him seeing you. This next guy, you could theoretically distract him also, but without the cloak augmentation and without a lot of cover, it's tricky. So I'm just gonna knock him out with a prod since he's in a chair. There we go. And now we can get out the door. What's odd is that all the cameras inside don't react to you, but the one that's out here by this maintenance shed, I think, does. Which is weird, but whatever. What we want to do to avoid the camera is pick up the crate to carry it with us, and then we can drop it here to smash it. It's got a multi-tool in it, but I realized that I have the maximum quantity of multi-tools, so I wasn't able to take it.
A friend of yours?
Anyways, to put this to an end, let's talk to Jock, and he'll fly us to Hong Kong, where
I'm gonna take you to Hong Kong.
I'm guessing Majestic 12 is going to detect us, and they're gonna, like, force us to land on their helipad And then at the helipad facility, we have to basically
Great. Let's go.
turn off their countermeasures so that Jock is able to use his chopper again, and then we can escape to the streets. But all of that is going to be done next time, because as soon as we arrive, I'm going to call it. And then our journey in Hong Kong is going to begin in the next episode. So yeah, things are starting to happen now, and we will continue them next time.